What's up guys, Charles Damiano back from the Bruce Lee collection for another exciting episode. In this episode, I'll be continuing on with the Kung Fu Monthly poster magazine series. Now there's 79 issues in this amazing set and I've been covering them 10 at a time, and we got through the first 6 parts, and today we'll be featuring numbers 61 through 70 in part 7, and then we're going to end off with an exciting finale episode where I'm going to have a guest on with me to present the last 9 issues and 2 bonus issues, so stay tuned for that one as well. But before we continue with part 7, I want to give a shout out to someone who was at the birthday party that we just celebrated for Bruce Lee on November 27th at Angela Mao's restaurant, and boy was that a lot of fun. We had a blast there, and I met a lot of the fans and collectors that are fans of this channel. So I met Louis Cotto and Ronaldo Mora and Edgar Benacourt, and I wanted to give a shout out to Louis Cotto. So Louis Cotto was kind enough to make these beautiful framed Bruce Lee pictures for Hector Martinez and I.
These are amazing, bro.
I love it, man. I want to thank you.
Louis, thank you so much, man. Thank you for this beautiful gift.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate this very, very much.
Oh, look at that.
This is a gift from Mr. Louis Cotto.
Woohoo!
That man right here. Yeah,
Louis!
Louis!
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
You got it.
So much.
Thank you, Louis.
All right.
He was able to bring over this beautiful painting that he presented to myself and Hector Martinez, and he gave us this beautiful custom picture of Bruce Lee in a nice black frame. So thank you for this kind present, and I wanted to give you a shout out, and it was a pleasure meeting you at Angela Mao's restaurant. But with no further ado, let's get on to this series. Now, starting out with issue number 61, this has a beautiful picture of Bruce Lee on the cover from Enter the Dragon, and as you open it up, wow, look at this. This one actually came with a little insert inside, which I've never seen before, and the insert is of a lot of different items that you can purchase in the day back in, I guess, 1981 when this issue came out, and there's a lot of nice cool items on Bruce Lee, everything from books, records, magazines, and the videos, and they allowed you to order from the company that was putting out the Kung Fu Monthly magazine. So that's kind of an interesting piece. I haven't seen that before. So as you open this up, you have some images here of Bruce Lee from Return of the Dragon, and then as you flip it through, there's some really great images of Bruce from Enter the Dragon. And again, the thing that really stood out in these poster magazines was the incredible posters inside. So as we open this up, we're gonna witness this poster of Bruce Lee in the Game of Death, again in the iconic yellow tracksuit. So that's what made these so special as a kid. When you ran to the newsstand to see these poster magazines, you couldn't wait not only to flip through the issue, but what made it really special was that they all contained a poster that you were hoping you've never seen before. And in the UK series, since there was 79 issues and it ran from 1973 all the way to 1983, you had 10 years as a kid of excitement running to the newsstands to pick these up either every month or every 2 months. So great poster of Bruce Lee. Let's move on to the next issue, guys. Okay, here you got issue number 62, featuring an image of Bruce Lee once again from the Game of Death in his iconic yellow tracksuit. And as you open it up, you have a couple of shots here of Bruce from both The Big Boss and Enter the Dragon in black and white. And as you flip through it a little further, a couple of nice cool shots of Bruce Lee here from Game of Death, Enter the Dragon, Chinese Connection. And again, the beauty of these magazines and the highlight was to see the poster. So let's witness this together. I was glad that I was able to do these episodes as we open these, because some of these magazines I haven't opened up in well over 30, 35, maybe 40 years. So I'm seeing these posters for the first time myself, and get a load of this one. Another nice shot of Bruce Lee from his iconic movie The Game of Death, which came out in 1978. I preferred A Warrior's Journey. I think it was more true to the storyline that Bruce had intended it to be. So if you haven't seen that movie, please pick it up. I have a link in the description of this video where if you want to order A Warrior's Journey, you can click the link and order it and add it to your collection. But again, another nice poster of Bruce Lee from The Game of Death. And now let's get on to issue number 63. Great shot of Bruce Lee here from Return of the Dragon, overseas known as Way of the Dragon. And as you open it up, a couple cool shots of Bruce from Enter the Dragon. And as you open it up a little further, you got a great shot of him, iconic shot actually of him and Chuck Norris there in the center. And let's open it up a little further and see this beautiful poster that's inside. Oh, look at this one, guys. A beautiful shot of Bruce Lee in the nunchuck scene in the dungeon where he spins those nunchucks like we've never seen before. So there you have it. They put it on this great poster and they tried to capture him spinning the chucks in the dungeon scene of Enter the Dragon. Now let's move on to issue number 64, guys. Here we go. Issue number 64, a kind of cool shot of Bruce here wearing the hat from Chinese Connection. Again, an unusual shot to see on the cover of a magazine, and that's what I loved about these issues. They were so different from the US versions, which had more common photos of Bruce Lee on the cover, and there was only 32 issues that came out in the United States, so we unfortunately only had the excitement of that from, I believe it was 76 to maybe 79, whereas the UK collectors had their idol coming to the newsstands from 73 all the way to 83, a full 10 years. So let's open this up. Some more shots of Bruce here from Enter the Dragon as you flip through. More highlights of his different movies, Enter the Dragon, Return of the Dragon. And let's see the poster inside this beauty. Oh, nice one. All the Chinese Connection fans are going to love this one. You got here a picture here of Bruce as they enter the school. And that's when they present the sign to them saying "Sick Men of Asia," which didn't sit well with Bruce, as you could see from his facial expression over there to the right. And this was just an iconic scene. And after this, he goes to the school and just demolishes the entire Japanese school.
Fist of Fury. Lee takes on the Japanese school. The fight scene that made him a legend.
还是全体呢？我一个人就够你受了。到来。
So great poster. Never seen that one before in a poster magazine. Let's go on to the next issue. Here we go. Issue number 65. Great shot of Bruce Lee here from Enter the Dragon. And as you open it up, some more shots here. And as you open it up a little further, you got a really great shot here of Bruce kicking Han from Enter the Dragon, and a couple of rare scraps, it says here, from Kato the Orphan, and a couple of fun shots here, a little one of Brandon at the bottom. And let's see the poster that they graced us with in this issue, guys. And this is my favorite movie, and they put a great shot of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon in the dungeon scene with the staff that he was using on the guards. And there you have it. Beautiful shot of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon. Let's move on to the next issue. Issue number 66. As we wind down part 7 of this incredible Kung Fu Monthly Series. Here you have a picture of Bruce Lee from Fists of Fury. And the great thing about these poster mags, as they went on, I feel the covers got more and more original, and they used photos that were more and more rare than the beginning issue. So a great shot of Bruce tossing the guy in Fist of Fury over his head in the final battle. And as you open it up, some more great shots of Bruce from Game of Death. And if you flip through it a little further, I know you guys like to see some of these pictures inside, and so do I. Again, it says some rare scraps. You got some shots of Marlowe, Longstreet, Fist of Fury, a couple Game of Death shots up top. And let's see the poster that they graced us with in this one. Oh, look at that. There's the close-up of Bruce from Chinese Connection, where the guy starts slapping his face, and you hear Bruce clench his fists. And I remember as a kid when I was 13 years old, and they go down and pan down to his fist, and you hear his knuckles cracking. I just thought that was amazing. What did you guys think of Chinese Connection? Is this your favorite movie? Which one was your favorite movie, guys? Let's leave a comment below. Keep the channel engaging, and let me know what was your favorite movie. I know a lot of fans out there just love Chinese Connection. Mine was Enter the Dragon, but this is just a great, great movie and poster. So let's move on to the next issue. Here we go, issue number 67. Great shot of Bruce Lee kicking Chuck Norris from Return of the Dragon. As we open it up, a couple of shots of Bruce from Game of Death. And as you go even further, some more shots of Bruce from Game of Death. And again, they kept this tone of rare scraps, and they put some images here of Longstreet and the Big Boss, and a rare shot of Bruce sitting at a table at the bottom. And as you open it up, let's see the beauty inside. And the poster they graced us with here was a shot of Bruce Lee in the iconic battle with Chuck Norris from Return of the Dragon. And that's a really big close-up of Bruce Lee kicking Chuck Norris. And now let's move on to the next issue. Issue number 68, beautiful shot of Bruce Lee from Game of Death facing off with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the final fight. And as you open it up, you got a couple more shots here of Bruce Lee from the Game of Death. Some really cool shots there. And let's see what poster they graced us with here. And here you got a close-up of Bruce Lee and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, where he got him in the headlock. And he's about to finish off the fight in that iconic battle at the end of Game of Death. And there you have it. Let's go on to this next issue. Issue number 69. Here we go, here we go. Beautiful shot of Bruce Lee from the Green Hornet, which came out in 1966. 66. I know we have a lot of Green Hornet fans out there. Was this the first time that you were introduced to Bruce Lee? Was it in 1966 when you first saw him on the Green Hornet, or were you introduced to him at another time? Please comment below. Let us know how and when you were first introduced to Bruce Lee. Me, it was 1966 on the Green Hornet. I was 7 years old, and that's how when I first was introduced to Bruce. I didn't really know who he was at that point. What really stuck out for me is when I saw him explode off the screen on the Big Boss. That for me changed it all. I was 13, 14 years old, and I never looked back and been a fan and collector of Bruce Lee memorabilia ever since. So let's hear your story. Share it in the comments below, and let's open this up. Beautiful shot of Bruce here from Enter the Dragon, holding out his infamous sidekick in the famous mirror room scene with Han as the final battle of Enter the Dragon. And there you have it. Beautiful, beautiful poster of Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. Now let's move on to the final issue. Here we go. Issue number 70, capping off this part 7 series of the Kung Fu Monthly poster magazines. And let's open this up. You got a beautiful shot here of Bruce in the mirror room from Enter the Dragon. And as you open it up, a couple of cool shots here of Bruce Lee from Return of the Dragon here at the bottom with Chuck Norris coordinating some fight scenes. And as you flip through it a little further, you got some really nice shots here of Bruce Lee at the top in the mirror room. Some more shots in Enter the Dragon and Chinese Connection. And let's see the poster they graced us with in issue number 70. And this to me is just spectacular. because anytime I see Bruce in the JKD finger gloves, he just looks incredibly cool and deadly. And here they put together a beautiful shot, and I just loved the opening scene. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but this scene was the last scene shot, and that's why Bruce was so thin. After working on it for a few months, he lost a lot of weight. And but they put this beautiful poster together of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon. I love the colors they used here with the monks' uniforms all in red, and it really just added to the vibrancy of this film. So classic shot of Bruce Lee as we end off this series. I hope you enjoyed this part 7 poster magazine series. As I said, stay tuned for the final part because I'm going to have a special guest speaker on there and friend of mine doing the final episode with me. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you catch that. And if you like what you saw today, and I know that you did, please remember to hit the like button by giving it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. And one other thing, if you haven't ordered the Bruce Lee Collector's t-shirt yet, which I have on, please do so. I'm trying to put this episode together. I got about 10-12 people who already sent me photos wearing the t-shirt, holding their favorite collectible, and we're going to put a special episode together. And this t-shirt I put together with the gold dragon, the martial art man, and it says Collector's Edition Volume 1, and it represents all the collectors out there, and it has my favorite tagline, as always, have fun collecting. So if you haven't ordered it, please order it. It would really support the channel. And then send me a picture holding your favorite collectible, because I'd love to do an episode showing all the collectors who are fans of the channel wearing and supporting the channel by wearing the t-shirt, and it's going to be a fun episode. So until next time, guys, I want to say thank you always for watching and enjoying the channel. And Charles Damiano signing out once again from the Bruce Lee Collection, saying, as always, have fun collecting, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Take care, guys.